Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. President William Ruto must be a very disturbed man as far as the Haiti mission is concerned, because the situation is untenable. Gangs have virtually taken over the operations. They have invaded very key government institutions, and they broke into prisons and released dangerous gang leaders. And they are telling those who have been emancipated from the jails that they want to fight for the freedom of their country. The Prime Minister, Ariel Henry, left that country on 25th of February. To date, he has not been allowed to land in his country, an equivalent of William Ruto being denied by gangs an opportunity to land back to Kenya. The gangs took over the operations of the main airport. You can imagine that. And this is the mission that William Ruto wants to force Kenyan policemen to carry on with. Despite several warnings from the gang members in Haiti, caution from experts, William Ruto has insisted that this is a mission that he must accomplish. Yet when you look at what is going on in Haiti, you realize that it is a mission impossible. We have not unraveled the mystery of the Kenyan police who was sent on a reconnaissance mission and died in a room where he was spending in the US. Now, if William Ruto thought that all these warnings were mere joke, then Joe Biden himself, who is the author and the finisher of all the mayhem in Haiti, did something that must worry William Samoei Ruto. In the middle of the night yesterday, the US rushed to send the US Marine into Haiti to safeguard their embassy. And this tells you that things are getting thicker, and it is not very easy down there. It is recorded here that US military flies Marines into Haiti embassy, evacuating some of the staff in overnight airlift. So this is something that was done at night. The State Department reported that, and it's reported here that the US military flew in Marines to reinforce its embassy in Haiti and evacuate non-essential personnel as heavily armed gangs continued to challenge the country's tenuous government and turn the country's capital, Port-au-Prince, into a battlefield. The middle of the night operation was conducted via helicopter by the US military at the request of the State Department for Embassy Security, the US Northern Command said in a statement. So guys, this is a mission that William Ruto wants to send 1,000 policemen. But the US found it so delicate that instead of sending policemen, they decided to send soldiers, the Marine soldiers. And this tells you the kind of situation that is in Haiti. They have gone there and they want to safeguard their embassy. And non-essential staff are being evacuated back into the country. In fact, if William Ruto never took this Haiti mission seriously, then this is the time that he should understand that things are dangerous up there. So guys, the US Department is saying this, that the airlifting of their personnel and taking the Marine is something that is consistent with their standard practice for embassy security. It is consistent with their standard practice. And I want to ask you a question. What is the standard practice for our country when it comes to the security of our people? Because the situation is so dangerous, so delicate, yet our president insists on sending 1,000 policemen. But when you look at the US, they are sending their soldiers to safeguard their embassy. The US loves their people. Yet in Kenya, we want to send our policemen into a butcher house, if you ask me. When the Congress voted against this mission in the US, Joe Biden had got no option but to respect that, because it is their standard practice. It is a policy. In fact, he cannot dare go against it. If he does, then he will resign the following day. Back in Kenya, the situation being dangerous, being delicate, despite several caution from experts and warning from the gangs themselves, William Ruto still insists. And when the courts declared this mission unconstitutional, William Ruto insists on going ahead with it. Yet in the US, the owner of this mission respects a verdict from the Congress. And I have not seen the US condemning this act of disrespecting court verdicts. What does it tell you? William Ruto does not respect the court verdicts, while in the US, when the Congress says no, it is no. The US rushes there to safeguard their embassy and evacuate some of the non-essential staff. In Kenya, we want to send our policemen. We are not even sending soldiers. We are sending these policemen who are used to beating people in the streets when they go for demonstrations. Do you think they stand a chance of survival? When a country is chaotic, ladies and gentlemen, what is really happening? Does our president care about our people? Does he? This mission is unwelcome. And if we insist on taking our policemen, then we must sign that we are taking them, or let them sign their obituary before they go there. It further points to the fact that Kenya has allowed itself to be used as a puppet. I think this is the best time to have a U-turn. I did a video on this, and I advised William Ruto that he can take advantage of the court verdicts and say that he cannot go against the court. He can engineer a vote of no confidence against him in parliament. He can decide, because already this is unwelcomed among the police. The police does not want this mission, but it is an order from the commander-in-chief. William Ruto can use mass resignation, stage managed, because I know already there are policemen who will resign, but he can stage manage it so that Joe Biden can see that this is untenable. There is no way we can take our police to Haiti. When the situation goes beyond American police, they send their soldiers. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is the time to unite and tell our president that #no Haiti. If Joe Biden feels that the situation in Haiti is so much precarious, let them handle it. It will not take them a day to handle that situation. So who is Chariza or that Babak, those Haiti gang members? They can deal with them, not exposing our policemen to such dangers. Our policemen are sons and daughters of some people. They are fathers and mothers, sisters and brothers. We cannot allow our soldiers to go into a butcher house. And in this video, ladies and gentlemen, I want to humbly submit to you that Joe Biden has exposed William Samoei Ruto. The love that they have for their country, the love that they have for their staff, the love and the respect that they have for their constitution and the policies is one that has turned ours into a shadow. And if William Ruto thought it was a joke, this is the final warning from Joe Biden himself, who is the author and the finisher of this Haiti mayhem. I don't know what you think, but that is my take.